Hello and welcome to Bottoms Down, chair yoga for everyone. It's our mission to make it fun and easy for everybody to participate in chair yoga. Hello, my name is Carol and I'll be your fitness guide today. So if you joined us on Monday, you know that we did some seated positions and we are going to continue building on what we did on Monday. We'll be doing some standing poses. Now, if at any time you stand up and you feel a little uncomfortable, that's okay. Just sit back down. You know the poses, right? You know how to do them seated. That's fine. And if you weren't with us on Monday, don't worry about it. It's fine. I'll lead us through all of the poses, and it'll be great. So we were able to get the videos uploaded to YouTube. And so Mondays and Tuesdays, where we did the low impact aerobics, those are both uploaded onto YouTube at this time. And if you would, you could search Bottoms Down Chair Yoga and find the videos. And I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. Now tomorrow we're going to do another low impact aerobic class at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So I hope that you'll join us. It's lots of fun. And then Friday we will continue to build on Monday and Wednesday's chair yoga class. And we'll do even more standing poses. All right, so let's get started. We're going to sit up nice and tall in our chair. Remember, no wheels, no arms, right? Sit up nice and tall. And today I want us to think about grounding. So one of the things we do in yoga is we call it grounding to the earth. So we're going to take both of our feet, and I want you to think about having all 4 pressure points of both feet firmly on the floor and equally weighted. So it's behind the big toe, behind the little toe, and the 2 points of the heel. So just kind of visually think about having all 4 points on the floor. And now the second thing I want us to think about are grounding our sits bones. So we have these pointy bones that we sit on. They're aptly named sits bones. And I want you to have both of those equally weighted on the chair. So if you feel like you're leaning one way or the other, make any adjustments that you need so that we're firmly grounded. The next thing I want you to think about is pulling the belly button to the spine. We want to keep that core engaged the whole time. We're going to lift our head towards the ceiling, so kind of extending that spine nice and long. Pull your shoulders down out of the ears. And we're going to place our hands lightly on our thighs. So palms are going to face up. And if you like doing the thumb to middle finger mudra, do it. If you don't like that, it's okay. Doesn't matter. So we're going to close our eyes. And I want you to bring your attention to your heart center. Letting go of everything outside of the room. Letting go of anything outside of where you are on your chair. And just begin to notice your breath. Feeling that natural inhalation and exhalation. And we're going to begin to elongate that breath. So inhale a little more deeply. Exhale a little more completely. Now we're going to move into our diaphragmatic breath, also known as the belly breath. As you inhale, the belly extends. You'll fill the lungs up with air from the bottom up. As you exhale, actively pull the belly button towards the spine as you push the air up and out of the lungs. Do that a few times at your own pace. And breathe normally. We're going to continue with that diaphragmatic breath and use a little bit of rhythm. So we're going to inhale to 4 counts and exhale to 5 counts. It'll be something like this. Inhale 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going at your own pace. and breathe normally. We're going to do that one more time. This time we're going to inhale to 4 counts, and then I want you to exhale to just as many counts as you can before you inhale again. Go ahead at your own pace. And breathe normally. Bring your hand to your heart. Set your intention for today's practice. One more breath. Bring your hands back down to your thighs and open your eyes. Right. Let's drop that right ear towards the right shoulder. We're going to feel a nice little stretch here in the neck. Drop your chin towards your chest. Drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. And drop your chin down towards your chest. Go ahead and look towards me. All right, we're going to look over that right shoulder. We're going to look center. And then let's look over the left shoulder. And look center. We're going to do that one more time. Looking over that right shoulder, see if you can turn and look a little bit further over that shoulder as we stretch the neck just a little bit more. And go ahead and look center. And we're going to do that one more time on the other side. I'm looking over the shoulder, and then I'm looking a little bit past it. Just gently, though, we're warming up. Go ahead and look center, and we're going to roll those shoulders up, back, and down. Just beginning to warm things up, right? And let's reverse that. Good job. All right, excellent. We're going to take that right arm up to the ceiling. Feel the stretch. Take that left hand down towards the floor. So we're stretching in both directions. One hand up to the ceiling, one hand down to the floor. Really stretch it out. And come back center, and we're going to do that on the other side. Leaning, extending up, extending up, extending up. This hand is extending down. Feel the stretch and release it. Okay, we're going to add on to that. So remember, if I tell you that we're adding on, you don't have to add on. It's just an option. But here we go. That right hand is going to go up to the ceiling, stretching it up, keeping this hip down. We're going to take the other hand and we're going to place it on the chair. Lengthen up, and then we're going to lean into it. So this hand is giving us some support on that chair as we lean. You feel the side waist, right? Pretty good stretch. Keep this hip down. It wants to hike up. I know it does, but I want you to really concentrate on keeping it down. Let's come up, and we're going to do the other side. Extend it up, lengthen through, and lean. Okay, come up. Now we're going to add one more thing onto that, okay? We're going to extend it up. Up we go. This hand is here for support. We're going to lean into it, keeping this opposite hip down. Now, I just want you to turn and look up at the ceiling. So we're just adding a little twist to our stretch. A little twist to our leaning mountain. One more breath, take the twist out, come up, and we're going to do the other side. So up we go, up, 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 as high as you can go. This hand is on the chair for support. Lean into it. Feel that first, okay? So feel that stretch first. Then, if you want the add-on, we're just going to turn and look up at the ceiling. It's a gentle turn, right? It's a very, very minor move, but you should feel the difference in the side waist. One more breath. Take the twist out. Come up and roll those shoulders. How you feeling? All right, take a little inventory. See how you're feeling. Okay, we're going to continue on into our cat pose. Remember we did cat on Monday? So we're going to place our hands lightly on the thighs. Palms are facing down. Pull your belly button to your spine. Round your shoulders. Tuck your chin. Let the head fall. All right, lift up. You're looking back up at the video. grab the back of your chair and lift your heart. Oh yeah, there's a nice stretch through the upper shoulders and arms. Feels really good. Now we're going to do that again. So in your cat pose, I want you to pay really close attention to what's happening to your head. We tend to round and then hold our head up, okay? So I want you to round, belly button to spine, tuck the chin, let your head just fall. You're looking at your lap. I'm not going anywhere, I promise. I'm right here, even though you're not looking at me. Breathing into it. We're going to open back up into that cow. Grab the back of the chair and open. Feel the stretch. One more breath and release it. Okay, so the next stretch we're going to do is again a little bit into the middle of the body, getting the spine warmed up. We're going to take our left hand and we're going to bring it to the outside of that right knee. Now, as you take your right hand and place it on the chair, what I want you to really think about is taking your shoulder and turning it back. You see kind of what I'm doing there? My shoulder's here and I'm turning it. Now I'm going to turn and look over that right shoulder. So if you'll consciously think about moving the shoulder first, then as you turn and look over that shoulder, you'll get a little more stretch into this mid part of the body. That's what we're warming up right now. Let's release that and we're going to do that one more time. So remember, we come across, hand on the outside of the knee, hand back behind your chair, shoulder comes first, then turn and look over the back of your shoulder. We're breathing into it. Do not hold your breath. Don't worry about that yoga breath at this point. And release it. And we're going to do the other side. Hand comes across. This hand is going to go back on the chair behind that hip. We're going to extend the spine long. I'm going to take this shoulder and I'm going to move it back. Now I'm going to turn and look over that shoulder. All right, let's release it and we're going to do that again. Come, bring that hand on the outside of the knee. This hand is back on the chair. Extend the spine long. Move that shoulder back, right? Turn and look over the back, over that shoulder, that left shoulder. We're really feeling the center of the body stretching and release it. Very good. Okay, so we're going to move into our next pose. It's called half Lord of the Fishes, the seated half Lord of the Fishes. So we're going to take our right knee and we're going to open it wide. Okay, so if you did join me on Monday, you might all of a sudden feel your inner thighs a little bit sore maybe. That's good. That's a good thing. We work those inner thighs. We really stretch them. So if you're feeling it a little bit, that's actually a very good thing. Okay, so remember, belly is tight. We don't want this knee to fold in, so try to really keep that knee open. We're going to bring that left arm and we're going to bring it across our body. We're going to grab the chair. Crown of the head lifts to the ceiling, and then we're going to turn and look over the back of the chair. So at this point, you're not looking at me at the video, okay? You're looking over the back of your chair. You're keeping that left knee open. Actually, go and peek at it and see if that knee is folded in. I want you to really think about opening it up. Let's release it and we're going to do that again. Come across, grab the chair, crown of the head lifts, turn, look over the back of your chair and breathe. One more breath. All right, release it. Let's take this knee down towards the floor. We're going to move into that crescent lunge. So remember, you can have that knee straight down towards the floor. That is absolutely fine. Up on those toes, on those back toes, if that works for your body. Okay, next thing if you want, this is the add-on, you can press that leg back. Main thing to remember, whether your knee is bent and towards the floor or if your knee is extended, your leg is extended behind you, heart is lifted. So that's the most important part of this whole pose, is if you're here, you're not going to feel it. In fact, you can try that, right? You can try leaning forward and see how it releases the stretch. And if you lift your heart up, see how it engages the stretch. So that's really important, keeping that heart lifted. Now remember, our hand placement's your choice. You can hold on to the chair. You can place your hands on the thigh. You can bring your arms to goalpost arms. This is where I'll stay. You can extend your hands up to the ceiling. You have options. Now, if you do have your hands up to the ceiling, I want you to bring your shoulder blade down. So we don't want to have it where we're here, right? You want to pull that shoulder blade down. And if you're at GoHPO arms, kind of the same idea. Shoulders are down. One more breath. All right, release it. And let's do it just one more time. Choose your hand position. They're all good. Think about relaxing this glute back here. We tend to want to hold it. I want you to relax this whole leg so that you can really maximize the stretch here in your quadricep and hip flexor muscles. All right, let's face forward. We're going to stick this leg out in front of us, same leg we were just working, okay? Stick it out in front of you. I like to come towards the edge of my chair. I just feel like I can get my leg a little straighter when I do that. So we want to keep this leg straight. Don't lock the knee, but we want the leg straight. We're going to work into pyramid pose, which is for our hamstring stretch. Extend the spine long. Let that heart fall forward. Feel the stretch into the back of this leg. So here, again, remember earlier we did kind of that rounded back when we did our cat pose. So we don't want to do that this time. We want to keep the back flat. You maximize that stretch that way. Let's lift that heart up and do it again. And again, it makes no difference how far your heart comes down. I have super tight hamstrings, believe me. So my heart does not come down very far at all. And it's fine, right? It's my body, and I listen to what it is telling me to do. All right, let's do the other side. So we're going to open up nice and wide. Remember, keep this knee open. Bring that arm across, grab the chair, crown of the head lifts, turn, look over the back of your chair, and breathe. We're just giving the center of the body a little extra warm up. We're going to release that, and we're going to do that again. Come across the body, grab the chair, crown of the head lifts, turn, look over the back of the chair, breathing into it. And release. Good job. Let that knee fall down. You have options. That can be straight down to the mat, or it can be back behind you. Heart is lifted. Choose your hand position. I'm going to stay with hands at heart today, I think. I just feel like that today. So I'm breathing into it. I'm relaxing this glute. I'm trying to feel maximizing that stretch. My heart is lifted. Let's release it and do it one more time. Breathing into it, feeling the stretch. So this is a really good stretch for us. These hip flexors get shorter and shorter, right? They get tighter and tighter. This is just such a nice stretch to try to release into those muscles and those connected tissue. All right, let's take that forward pyramid pose. So again, I'm going to move forward in my chair. I'm going to stick my leg out in front of me. My toes are to the ceiling. My leg is straight. I'm not locking my knee. I'm going to extend my spine long, let my heart fall forward, feeling the stretch in that hamstring. So again, we're warming up, so we don't really want to do anything that's too drastic, so just be gentle. It's okay. This is gentle warm up. Let's do that again. Breathing. Don't hold your breath. Don't worry about the yoga breath. Just a natural breath right now. One more breath. And come up. All right. Checking in. How are you feeling? If you have water nearby and you want to grab a little sip of water, do so. We're going to come to a standing position. All right. So come behind your chair. Now, what I'm going to do, because I think it's kind of hard to see me back here behind my chair, I'm going to turn my chair sideways just so you can see me. But you just keep your chair facing me and you're behind your chair. See what I'm doing? I'm behind my chair right here. Okay, so a couple of things. You don't want to be super close to the chair, but you don't want to be super far away either. So just kind of a natural position to where your arms are kind of at that natural bend. Okay, so that's going to put your position just right. So you've got your hands on the chair, pull that belly button in. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to get a big step back. Okay, so a few things. You're holding your chair, you've still got that stability, don't worry about that. All right, So a couple of things to think about. Actually, more than a couple, but the first thing I want you to think about is, can you be on those toes? So that's the first thing I want you to see if that works for you. And if it doesn't and you want to bring that heel down, that's fine. But what I don't want you to do is to turn it. Okay? That's later. We're going to be doing those poses later. I want you to try to keep that foot in alignment. The second thing I want you to think about is, where is this knee? So we want the knee behind the toes. So you don't ever want the knee to come forward in front of the toes, because that puts a lot of pressure on the knee. So we want to keep the knee behind the toes. So peek at that. Make sure you can see your toes. Okay, so now, really important here is that we're not leaning forward. I know, you want to lean forward, don't you? You want to have that chair and you want to be hanging on for dear life. What I want you to do is lift your heart up. You still have your hands on the chair, you still have that support, but I want you to lift that heart up. Do you feel the difference in the stretch, right? Crescent lunge, standing crescent lunge. So at this point, you're probably going, okay, Carol, I'm really feeling that front leg now. Can we take a break? Yeah, let's take a break. Let's bring that back foot up. Ha, taking a little break. Let's do the other side. All right, so we're going to step it back. We're on those back toes. See, I'm making adjustments, right? So I take a step back and then I'm making adjustments. I'm on those back toes. I'm making sure my knee is behind my front toe. I'm lifting my heart. So the other thing I want you to think about are hips. So we tend to turn. We want those hips to give in a little bit, and we're going to turn. But I want you to keep those hips forward, and you'll maximize the stretch in that left leg. I know, I feel it too. We're stretching this leg. This leg is pretty involved, right? Our quadricep is working. Let's come together. Take a little break. All right, are you ready? We're going to add on. Let's step it back. Okay, so now what I want you to think about is, think that you're on a pole. The center of your body is on a pole, and I want you to let the body just sink down, straight down. Oh, yeah. Remember hips forward. Remember knee not in front of the toes. Okay, are you ready? We're going to let go of the chair. Bring your hands to your heart. Breathe into it. So we've got a little bit of balance going on here, right? But you got your chair right there if you need it. It's all good. A little bit of balance. Can we lift up and sink down? Oh, ho, ho, ho. Can we lift it up? And let's sink it down again. One more time. Lift it up. Sink down. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Put your hand on the chair. Come up. Oh, my goodness. Whew, I felt that, right? Let's do the other side. We're going to step back with that left leg. Make any adjustments you need to. Make sure you're in alignment. You've got your chair right here. We're going to sink into it. Hips are square. I felt it. See, I don't know if you noticed that, but I felt my hips were out of alignment, and I moved my hips around. So you can feel it, right? You can feel in your own body. Okay, yeah, my hips aren't quite straight, are they? Make sure your knees behind those toes. Whew. Okay, are we ready? We're going to lift it up. Come down that pole. Just let your center of your body slide down that pole. Let's press it up. We're pressing up through that front heel, and we're going to let it slide down. Let's do that one more time. Press it up. Slide it down. Hold. Hold. Breathe. Can you let go of your chair and bring your hands to your heart? Breathing. Breathing. One more breath. Put your hands on the chair and come up. Whew. We got one more thing before we sit back down, okay? So this is a standing chair pose. So I want you to just watch me for 1 second. And I want you to just see the difference between the way I move these two things. So what I want you to do is shoot your hips back. See how my knees are behind my toes? Now, what I see in my classes a lot are people are just simply bending their knees forward. Okay? That's not what I want to see happen. Put so much pressure on those knees, right? That's not what I want to have happen. See how my knees are in front of my toes? We don't want that, all right? So let's everybody pull your belly button to your spine. Your hands are on your chair. Shoot your hips back. Put your weight back. and come down into a chair pose. I don't care how low you go, it makes no difference to me. Your heart needs to stay lifted. I also see this occasionally where people just fold in on themselves. That's not a chair pose either, okay? So you're really activating your quadriceps. Pull that belly button to the spine. Make sure your core is engaged. We're breathing into it. We're going to come up and take a little break. We're going to do that one more time, okay? We got this. One more time. Here we go. Shoot your hips back. All right. Are you ready? Let go of the chair. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. On an exhale, extend those hands long. Take a deep breath in. Bring your hands back to your heart. Inhale here, hands to the chair, and stand up. Very good. All right. We're going to come back to a seated position. So I'm going to move my chair back around here. Back to a seated position. How do you feel? Right? I hope you feel pretty good. We activated their quadriceps quite a bit today. Friday we're going to do it even just a little bit more, but it's all going to be great. It's all going to be good. Okay. Let's finish up with a few stretches, which I always find hilarious because in yoga all we're doing is stretching. But we're going to do our pigeon pose. So we're going to take either, you can keep your left leg here and take that right ankle and cross. Okay, that's fine. We're going to lift our spine up and we're going to let that heart fall forward. Or if it's okay and your body seems to be willing to do it today, we're going to cross our ankle over that knee. Okay? So we're just going to hang out here first to see how it feels. But if you want a little bit more, extend the spine long, let your heart fall forward. Okay? So you can have your hands right here on those thighs for support. The feeling of the stretch should be right here in your hip and glute area. Go ahead and lift your heart. Let's rock our baby. If you prefer fluttering your butterfly, that's okay too. Let's do that again. Extend the spine long, let that heart fall forward. All right, come up. Let's do that. Rocking the baby or fluttering the butterfly, whichever you prefer. We just want to move that joint a little bit, that's all. Extend the spine long, let the heart fall forward. All right. Breathing into that stretch. Should feel really good, actually. And we're going to do the other side. So remember, if you do the ankle to ankle, that's fine, but please don't bring this foot in. Keep that foot out. Ankle to ankle is a great stretch. Or if you want to do ankle to knee, that's fine too. We're going to extend our spine long. Let that heart fall forward. Breathing, feeling the stretch. Right here through that hip and glute. Let's come up. I'm going to flutter my butterfly this time. You can rock your baby. It's all good. Let's do that again. Extend the spine long. Let that heart fall forward. I've got my hands here on the thighs for support. We're going to lift the heart up. And I'm going to flutter that butterfly one final time. Extend the spine long. Let that heart fall forward. Breathing into the stretch. All right, very good, everybody. Go ahead and sit back in your chair. You can lean back, take a deep breath in and out. Go ahead and close your eyes. We're going to move into our meditation time. My daily motivator is provided by greatday.com, and I have permission from Ralph to use these. Nudge yourself forward. Just because it's difficult doesn't mean it's impossible. Today is when you can figure out a way. Even the biggest setback doesn't mean you have to give up. Take a look at where you are now and decide what you can do now. Think of all the things you wish you had done differently. Now is your chance to grant that wish to yourself. Criticism hurts, whether it's from yourself or others, and that's why it can be so helpful. Let it inspire you to be smarter, stronger, more persistent, and resilient. There is one particular action you can take right now to make life better. Take that action without delay, and you'll empower yourself to take more. Whatever has been, whatever is now, you can nudge yourself a little bit forward. Do it, keep it up, and let those little nudges combine to greatly improve your world. Bring your hands to your heart. Honoring one another, we say Namaste. Thanks so much for joining today. Remember, this will be posted on YouTube later on this afternoon. Search on Bottoms Down Chair Yoga, and I hope that you'll subscribe. See you.